So in today's quickie tool review, we are looking at my favorite spotlight that I've ever owned. And that would be this guy. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, how do you know it's your favorite if it's still in the package? Well, I owned one of these about 6 months ago, and I made the mistake of leaving it on a forklift, and it never got returned to me. So it was kind of stolen, lost, I guess would be a good description as to what happened. But yeah, I've used one of these for a better part of 2 years, and I absolutely love this thing. It took me this long to replace it because I just hate having to replace tools that were lost or stolen. It just makes that buying it twice aspect a little rough. So let's get into the old marketing wank on the front of the package here. They're claiming at 700 lumens, 8 hours, which I can pretty much confirm. It's based on a 4 amp hour battery, I believe, is what I saw earlier. Yes, 4 amp hour battery, and 24 hours it will run at its low setting, which is 250 lumens, which at the low setting is pretty much fine for me. If you keep it on low, the thing's just going to run forever, as far as I can tell with this guy. It has a USB charger on the front. They are claiming that is worth 2.1 amps out. We'll check that out. The little head guy here, 110 degree rotation on it. Impact resisted, sure. Battery mount on the back, and it is IP54 protection as far as that goes. IP stands for ingress protection, I believe, and the 5 stands for solid debris, which would be 5 would be dust, and 4 stands for liquid ingress, which would be splashing as far as 4 rating goes, so you could leave it out in the rain. And I actually just looked that up, and I'm just regurgitating it so you guys think I'm smart like Mr. Subaru. So what we're going to do is we'll flip the camera down and take a quick look at it, run it through its paces, I guess, and yeah. Alright, this is it out of the package here. This is the angle of the dangles on the head, and from my experience in the past, this is plenty. You know, if you got stuck up underneath something and you kind of need to direct the light in the direction you need to go. And this is actually a nice light too. I've used a few times in my videos, like if I'm in the back of my truck for recording. Now slapping a 4 amp hour battery into it, you got a little battery indicator button down here that you can push. This particular battery is sitting at two lights, I guess, so we'll call it half charged. USB charger down here, got a nice little rubber seal on it. That would be the battery in the back there. The magnet in the back there. And again, from experience, I could tell you, I mean, you can't hang off the thing, but it stays on there pretty good, especially if it's stuck to the side of a forklift. It'll let you return it to operation without falling off. But yeah, so you got your power button up here. Starts off, that's your 700 lumen light there. No hot spots whatsoever, which is very nice for when you are working under something. Like I said, it is just a spotlight. And then you got your 250 lumens, which is a lot brighter without lights shining down on it. You'll have to take my word for it on that one. But yeah, it is definitely a nice light in that aspect. So while we're at it, let's check the USB charger. I mean, I got no reason to doubt it, but I kind of take joy in finding lies that tool companies make up. There you go. It's like with any USB, you plug it in wrong the first time and then you get it the second time, maybe. Kind of tilt that on an angle there. Let's go. Alright, so we're kicking out 5.24 volts. Let's plug in the load tester. Put the old load on it. 1.5 amps is what we got right now. Let's crank her up. Little cooling fan kicks on. And we are holding rock solid at 2.2 amps. Let's see how far she'll go. Still going, 2.5 amps. It's kind of nice to have a tool company actually underrate something. Alright, so now we're dropping into the 4 volts. I'll bet you it'll do 3 before it drops below 4.5. Yeah, 4.97, and we're kicking out 3 amps. That is very nice. So there we go. This is the Milwaukee 2367-20 Spotlight. Like I said, use this thing for years. I could definitely stand behind it. It's one of the few occasions where I'm showing you a tool that I've actually used and I like, and it's new. One thing I did forget to mention, this here lens cover is plastic, and if you get a little bit of brake clean on it, you're going to start fogging it up. It really doesn't take much away from the actual beam because it's a floodlight, so it's not like you're focusing light on anything, but it just kind of makes it look skanky, so something to keep in mind. Like I said, I love this light. I've used it for a long time, and I will continue to use it unless I'm a dummy and I leave it on the side of a forklift for a thieving forklift operator to steal. I do still have this guy, which I like, and it's good for slapping on the side of a tool bag, and when I don't know that I'm going to need light, this thing works great. And again, it's nice and small and compact if you're looking at the differences in size and what have you. The only problem, like I said when I first talked about this one, is the battery life on this thing. If you're going to run this thing all day, you better have a pocket full of batteries, because it just sucks them down. And these USB style 2 amp hour Milwaukee proprietary unnecessarily batteries really aren't that cheap. So like I said, this is kind of a backup for when I didn't grab this and I don't feel like taking a trip back to the truck, is what it comes down to. But yeah, I will link this one. The prices on these things when I was buying them were all over the place, from $40 on eBay up to like $100 on Amazon, depending on the seller. I'll see which one. It might be a YouTube shop or a Amazon link, or both. We'll see what happens, but I'll find the cheapest one from a reputable location, Home Depot, Lowe's, whoever, not Lowe's, but you know what I'm saying. And yeah, I'll throw a link for this if you are interested in it. That's it for this video. I would like to thank you for watching. Questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them. That's it. There you go.